The Tuscarawas County Homeland Security and Emergency Management Agency is issuing a voluntary evacuation notice for residents of Wilshire Hills, Zoar, and Mineral City due to rising floodwaters. Residents of these areas will be isolated for a minimum of 1 week if they choose to remain in their homes beyond 9 o'clock this evening. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is advising that the lake forming behind the Dover Dam will be at a level that will close all access roads to the affected areas, including Dover-Zoar Road, by 9 o'clock tonight. This voluntary evacuation will affect approximately 6,400 residents.
Federal, state, and local officials met on Saturday at the Bolivar Volunteer Fire Department for assessment of the flood situation and to begin the process of planning for the next stage, the cleanup and transition back to normalcy when the waters recede, possibly as soon as next Thursday. Congressman Bob Ney, representative of the 18th District, representatives from the Governor's Office, Nancy Dragani, Division Director of EMA, and Ken Morkel, Director of Public Safety, along with Sheriff Walt Wilson, inspected the flood-ravaged areas of Bolivar, Zoar, Mineral City, and Beach City by air on Saturday. They were able to see firsthand some of the devastating effects of the flooding, including how it has isolated many residents from their homes and its damaging effects to the infrastructure in the area. On the positive side, they were also able to see just how much private property was secured with no loss of life because of the flood control management systems in place, professionally operated by the many people involved.
I just want people to know that we do appreciate what the state has done for us and what the national government has done for us with these plans as far as homeland security. It doesn't have to be, like I said, terrorist activity, natural disasters. We've never seen anything like this here, and everything has went very well for us. Zoar Fire Department, Mineral City Fire Department, Bolivar Fire Department personnel that are on the inside, they've handled things very well. The Bolivar Fire Department on this side, assisted by plane, and anybody else that we would, we've had people call us, can we help you, can we help you? There's so many people out there even willing to help, and so far everything's being maintained very well by the crews that we have in here. But this is normally not a staff, a 24/7 fire department. Here for about the last week it has been a 24/7 fire department, and I couldn't be prouder of the people here. They've really stepped up, and my guys and everybody else that have come in here have just done a wonderful job.
What happens next in terms of federal assistance, preliminary damage assessments already been scheduled by a joint state, federal, local team for the 21st of January. They'll begin to look at the damage to infrastructure first, bridges, roads, and we saw a lot of roads underwater, no surprise to anyone here, bridges underwater. They'll begin to look at that first, and then as we get more information, start taking a look at if there was an impact to people. And that's a separate process, but we'll look at both of those.
There'll be a next time, and what do we do better? And be as good as things gone, we're also interested that what else? We talked to the sheriff a little bit. He's got some communication issues. We need to be addressing those through our Homeland Security funds probably. Talked to 2 volunteer departments already today, and significant issues with our volunteers, as you know, Chief, keeping them just enough resources in the firehouse to respond. So as much as things went well, we also are here to see what else can be done better, because we can always raise the bar.
Maybe looking at the elevation of a couple of these roads, because we were just talking, it's one of the worst since '69. So you kind of know in a bad situation how far that water comes up, and there's nothing wrong mitigation-wise, maybe looking at these roads, and maybe we could, through mitigation, get them elevated a little bit. Response, really the bravery and the assistance that pours out by law enforcement, firefighters, EMTs is absolutely amazing.
Jim Cummings of the Times Reporter and I were given a first-hand look at the flooding by pilot Mike Stein of the Ohio State Highway Patrol Aviation Division. Flying over the Dover Dam, you get a real sense of the enormous amount of pressure and energy being held back by the dam, and you are also mindful and appreciative of the genius involved with the creation of the concrete structure, as well as the MWCD Conservancy District reservoirs dating back to 1933. The concept for the flood control system was born out of the tragic flood of 1913. There's also a tragic tale of two golf courses. Wilkshire Hills, as of Saturday, completely submerged all the way up to the clubhouse. And then there's Zor Golf Course, with the exception of the intersection at Dover-Zor Road and Canal Road, which is underwater, virtually untouched, and ironically, saw a lot of activity as late as Thursday as golfers took to the course when temperatures soared into the 60s. In a bit of good news on Sunday, we learned from the Tuscarawas County Homeland Security and Management Agency that State Route 800, 1 mile south of the crossroads, is now open to traffic. According to the Army Corps of Engineers, the floodwaters have receded in that area. This is greeted as good news and a good sign, and hopefully a trend for all those affected by the backwaters. Reporting for Cable TV 2 News, powered by Tarulli Video Productions Incorporated, I'm Tim Tarulli.